In this arm knitting lesson, we're going to be learning specialty stitches, the duplicate stitch and the chain stitch. I'm Stacy from Truly Majestic. Let's get started. So a duplicate stitch goes onto a plain, boring, knitted piece, and we make it like this, beautiful, gorgeous, and I'll show you how to do it right now. So we have our plain knit, plain boring. You take the yarn that you want to go over the tops of the stitches, so a different color, and you come up through the base, through the back of the blanket, up through the base of where you want your stitch to begin, and then you pull it up and around under this little bridge and go back down through the same hole that you came up. So your stitch should look like a V, and it should follow exactly over the top of the stitch that you're knitting over. So come up again through at the base of a V, up under the little bridge of the next V up above it, and back down through the same hole again. And once you do that, you have the duplicate stitch mastered. Now there are an abundance of decorative patterns that you can do with a duplicate stitch. It is really unending. So let's do one more just so you really have the hang of it. Up through the base, under the bridge, back down through the exact same hole, and on the back of the blanket, to tie off the yarn, you simply tie a little knot somewhere onto the pink color with your blue. Here's just an example of a few things that you can do with duplicate stitches. You can do all sorts of patterns. Right, let's move on to the floating chain stitch. This was a basic orangey colored blanket, and I put a floating chain stitch around the edges and for the mouth and put little knots for the eyes. So you can make also any pattern you want. I've done the edges. I'm going to show you how I did that, demonstrating with the mouth now. So you want, again, your yarn to come up from the bottom wherever you want to start, and you need to twirl and pull through, and this is like actually making a slip knot. And then you're just pulling your yarn through like you would for a chain. And here's the trick. You have to keep attaching it to the blanket in different places. To attach it, we need to make a new loop with our yarn without pulling it through our green loop. So this new loop is going under our orange blanket where we want it to attach, and then the other green loop is pulling through it. So you can attach it as many times as you want, further apart, closer together, whatever you prefer. So let's make one more. So I need to make a loop through this orange part. That's a loop, and I have another loop, and I slide them over each other, slide one over the other, and continue on. And that is how you have a nice sturdy knit chain stitch staying on. You need to figure out where you want to end, and then I'm just going to pull my yarn right through the end loop. So this will be finishing off the chain, and then pulling all this extra yarn down through the blanket where I want the smiley face to be ending. And then I'll give it a tug on the other side and tie it off, and that's how I did the entire blanket. I hope you've enjoyed this short but informative video tutorial. Now, in the members area, I also teach you how to do a cable stitch, and the possibilities are endless when you learn to do a cable stitch. And also, I'll be teaching you how to do a loopy stitch. You can make that onto capes, onto rugs, all sorts of things. Again, possibilities are endless. When you're in the members area, you also have access to my secret Pinterest board, which has like mind-blowing amounts of duplicate stitch patterns that you can put on your blankets that are awesome. Now, usually the membership is $37 a month, and there's an abundance more involved in the membership than just that. But it's $37 a month. However, because you're going through this course, you get it for half price if you use the coupon code YES. That's YES, yes. However, that is only if you buy it from my website in the link below the video. If you want to pay monthly through Patreon, I have the option. It's actually still the full price, unfortunately. But take advantage of that, and I'll see you in the next lesson. We have a ton more stuff to get through, and I promise I'll have you making gorgeous blankets before this course is over. So, happy arm knitting from Truly Majestic.